90-Day Fiance involves people getting together for 90 days and then trying to get the visa at the end so they can move to America and be a happy couple. Well, today I'm going to go over 10 of the worst mistakes made during the visa process that happens on 90-Day Fiance. Welcome back to Boss Trends. Let's get into the video. Number 10, didn't actually love their partner. As Loren Brovarnik once pointed out in one of the post-season tell-all episodes, there are a number of false relationships trying to make their way through the visa process. For couples like Loren and Alexi, this throws a wrench into their plans, because they had to spend an absurd amount of time proving they're in a real relationship because others have defrauded the system before. Many fans have their opinions on which couples don't actually love each other, but a few come in mind right away. Danielle and Mohammed, anyone?
Yeah, even just thinking about it and just going to it just...
Number 9, had never met. Some couples have simply never met in person before, which is something of a problem for the visa process. For couples like David and Lana, it's nearly impossible to prove that they have any sort of relationship. According to David's hired private investigator, this was because Lana was a scam artist. According to David himself, though, this was simply because the chat communication system they had translated their messages for them before auto-deleting them. Oh, and they never met in person or video called, so no pictures together either. Yikes.
So who you buy? I go to street? Oh, please, my husband. Did you understand that?
Number 8, hadn't been together long enough. It's difficult to provide evidence that you're in a stable, committed relationship when that relationship has only been a week long. In some cases, like in the situation of Justin and Evelyn, that's not an exaggeration. They literally knew each other for 7 days before deciding to get married. And for those of you who don't know, that is a week. They hit a snag in the visa process as a result, since they were struggling to provide adequate evidence of their intentions, but they did eventually end up succeeding.
With me. This is her idea. But seeing how she's acting towards all of this makes me realize...
Number 7, can't support one another. One of the biggest problems the Americans run into on 90-Day Fiancé is that they can't support their partner when they move to the United States. The immigrating partner isn't allowed to work until they receive their American work permit after a number of months, and so the American partner has to be able to support them when they arrive. Not only that, but they have to be able to fund the expensive visa process and support themselves and any children they may have. Nicole and Azan ran into a number of difficulties in this scenario, necessitating a sponsor.
Me siento muy contenta de poder cenar con ustedes.
What is status?
Number 6, criminal history. If the immigrating partner or even the American partner has a criminal history, their visa application could be denied. Sometimes old criminal past can get dug up, and minor transgressions from someone's childhood could end up being the reason their visa doesn't go through. Even then, if one of the partners is arrested while the immigrant partner is in America, there's even more of a problem. Everyone remembers Colt clawing the police to arrest Larissa multiple times, I'm sure.
For a year. Huge.
It is huge.
It is huge. Because I will never be happy.
I'm not expecting you to be happy about it. It is what it is.
Number 5, lied about information. The interviews during the visa application are rigorous, and it's important that they go well if the visa process is going to end well. In some cases, the partners will coach each other on all the small details of their lives to make certain the interview goes well. In some cases, though, the partners forget about other people. For example, remember Chantel and Pedro? Chantel lied to her family about why Pedro was in America, telling them he has a student visa. What if they were interviewed and had no idea what was going on?
Today, Nicole's mom, she will go back to America, and we both have the chance to talk about everything. And
Number 4, no pictures together. One of the main things that the interviewers and visa caseworkers seem to look for is photographs of the couple together. They look for evidence from a number of sources, like social media posts about each other, or letters they've exchanged, stuff like that. They'll also take evidence of time spent together, vacations and the like, as well as Skype video logs and photographs of the happy couple. When you've only been together 7 days, that might be hard to provide, but the more the merrier. Make sure to take lots of selfies in this situation.
Don't act like
Don't tell me how to act.
All right.
Don't even tell me how to act.
All right.
Number 3, still legally married. Of course, no matter what in most situations, you can't be legally married to more than one person at a time. This is especially true when the entire situation of 90-Day Fiancé hinges on being legally capable of getting married. Fans might remember Rebecca and Zaid, and Rebecca's biggest secret. She was still legally married to her ex-husband when she arrived in Tunisia to visit Zaid. That definitely threw a wrench into the visa process and ended up causing them both a lot of grief.
I really love her with all my heart, and that's why this hurts so much.
I'm not a deceptive person.
Number 2, visa expiring. If the K1 visa or the fiancé visa that the immigrating partners on 90-Day Fiancé must have expires, they have to leave the country. They only have, you guessed it, 90 days to get married, or they've got to return to their home country, and so the wedding is a very rushed event. In the case of Anna and Marcel, they nearly didn't make it. The two of them had a host of difficulties after Marcel listened to his family and agreed not to marry Anna, but he ended up flying back to America to marry her right under the wire. There were only a couple hours left on his visa by the time she actually picked him up from the airport and was able to legally marry him.
What? I do not understand.
Number 1, not consulting a lawyer first. The biggest problem that multiple couples on 90 Day Fiance run into is that they don't fully understand the visa process at all. It's fair, the process is incredibly difficult to understand, even for experts. Those going through the visa process often think too late of actually hiring an immigration lawyer to assist them through the visa process. It's only then that they're actually able to get through the process.
I've made mistakes.
Okay, if you do any other benefit.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.